In this video, I'm going to go over an image compression tool known as Imagine. If you found this video on YouTube, I will provide a link below the video that has the link to install it and a brief description on how to install it on a Linux system. Now, Imagine is a PNG JPEG WebP optimization app for Macs, Windows, and Linux users. Now, here's the current version at the time of making this video, and here are the features. It supports the three formats: JPEG, PNG, and WebP. You can also convert from one format to the other by dropping down and selecting a different format. It's cross-platform, as I already mentioned. It has a nice looking little graphical user interface, and it's in a variety of different languages. Now, here's a link that you can click on to download it for whatever operating system you're using. If you're a Linux user, here's the app. If you're a Mac user, there's the DMG. If you're a Windows user, there's the executable file, and here's the source code that you can build it on your system. For Linux users, I have the instructions for installing it on your system. For just removing it, just select the app images and deleting it off. And I have a quick brief description on how to use the program. So to show you how to use the program, let me actually open up the program. So here's Imagine. Click on it in your menu. It'll take a moment and load. Now, it's not really full of features. It's very basic. To change the settings or global settings, click the settings icon in the upper right hand corner. Here you can see that here's the PNG. You can change the colors. By default, it's set at 128. The JPEG and WebP quality is set to 80%. If you go all the way up to 100%, it will do no compression. You pull this back, the farther you pull back, the more compression, but dropping below 80% quality, you will start noticing some difference with the eye. Once you make the changes, hit apply now. I'm going to hit the close button since I didn't make any changes. You can drag the images and drop them into the program, or you can click the add button and go to a folder that you have images that you would like to shrink. So I will select the 4 images in my sister's house folder. She just recently stained her fence around her house. My brother took some pictures and emailed them to me. As you can see, they're almost 2 megabytes and 1.5 megabytes. 3 images are almost 2 megabytes, and one's about 1.5 megabytes. So if you were to put these images on a web page, someone with slow internet, it would take them a while to actually load the images. So let's load the images into the folder. As you can see, when it's spinning, it's loading. When it's green, it's ready. You can drag this around, and you can kind of arrange it to the number of images you have, so that you may have a slider bars on the side if you have a lot of images. Since I don't have but 4, I don't have the slider bars. Now, as you can see at the top, you've got your add to add more images. You got the save button that you can click onto or drop down. You can save and overwrite. Now, I would recommend not using that unless you know 100% what quality you're going to be getting, because once you save and overwrite, your original files are no longer there. They're overwritten. Save with a new file name will give the new images, the compressed images, a new name, and it will put them in the same folder. I will be exporting them to a different folder, so it will use the same file name, but it will just be putting them in a different folder. Before I do that, let's take a look at some of the features that you see here below. Here just shows you that you can save the image to a different folder. In case you use the save and overwrite, you'll have a backup copy of your original images. Here you can close out. If you decide that one of these images you don't want to compress, you're not going to send them, you can just close that out without starting over. Here you can drag the qualities to different qualities to overwrite the global qualities on each individual image. Here's the original size of the image compared to the new compressed size, showing you it will shrink by 56%. You can see the different percentages for the different images. You can also use this to change the format. You can change it from a JPEG and convert it to a PNG or WebP, and the same thing applies for those different formats to the formats that you see here. But I'm going to use the same format. I'm just going to compress them to a much smaller size. So I'm going to click the save button, and then I'm going to go to export. I'm going to go to the pictures folder. I'm going to go to my sister's house. I'm going to go to the shrunken folder, hit OK. And as you can see here, it will open the folder. When it's finished, it will create icons. I'm just going to use one picture as an example for image number 9. And then I'm going to go back to the folder, to the original folder, number 9 here. Here's the original image. As you can see, it's a 1216 by 1512 pixel resolution, almost 2 megabytes. It's 1.9 megabytes for the original file. Here's the shrunken file. You don't notice much difference in the quality of the image. It's still 216 by 1512. We're not changing the size of the resolution. We're just shrinking the actual physical size of it. So instead of being 1.9 megabytes, it's now 827 kilobytes. So as you can see on the original program, we shrunk it by less than 50%. We shrunk it 56%. This one was shrunken to 58.5%. This one was 58.6. This one was 58.7. So as you see here, if you're someone that likes to take pictures with your camera, your cell phone, and you have very large images, you might want to upload them to your computer, shrink them before you email them so that it won't take you as long to upload them to the email, and it won't take the person you're sending them to a long time to download them. And if you're a web designer, putting smaller images on your website will allow someone to load the images much faster, because if you're someone with a slower speed has to load large images, they may lose interest and close out your website. So if you're looking for a program to actually compress the size, the physical size of your images, not the resolution, then I recommend you to give Imagine a try, because Imagine is a great program for shrinking the size of the picture. So as I wrote here, I imagine it will make you happy when you notice that you can send pictures and receive pictures much faster than you can if they were much larger. Hopefully this video will benefit someone, and have a great day.